Jesus didn't see Matthew sitting at his collection booth and think, oh, perfect, I don't have an aggressive numbers guy yet. Jesus didn't need ability. He required availability. Matthew was not chosen based on what he could do. He was called because of what he was willing to give up, which was everything. He chose to take Jesus at his word. Whoever finds their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. He walked away from all the stuff, handed over the keys, and vacated the premises. He became a vessel of honor, sanctified, useful to the master, and prepared for every good work. He was ready to go and do only because of what he contained. Matthew was a vessel, designed and created for the purpose of containing God, and he nailed it.
What I love is that you're talking about Matthew, and you're talking about all of the characteristics that we humans would consider to be useful. The things that we possess, the things that we hold on to, and the person that we sometimes think that we are that makes us qualified actually is meaningless, and that the best thing we can be is just available. And when we are introduced to Matthew in the Gospels, we see that he's a tax collector sitting at a booth. Jesus walks by, says, "Follow me." He drops everything and starts following him. What did you discover as we were doing the research about Matthew and about tax collectors that made that moment even more extraordinary?
No one liked him. They were isolated from both the Jews and the Romans, because the Romans hated Jews, and the Jews hated Jews that collected taxes for the Romans. So you begin to see why loneliness would have been a thing, why disdain for Matthew and feeling like he didn't belong anywhere or that he wasn't loved by anyone would have been a thing. He was driven by greed, but he was also terribly lonely, and I actually know a lot of people like that. In fact, I can be driven by greed. So yeah, there's such a reality to who he was.
Right, and so if you're a reader who happens to struggle with loneliness or depression or feeling out of place, Matthew, the tax collector, actually happens to be someone you can identify with. And again, if we can get the reader to see Jesus through the eyes of someone we can identify with and someone who actually met him, we can perhaps be impacted in the same way.